Nutty. I'm just getting the boys in. Michael's got Casper because Casper is going eventing at Offchurch Bury today. We're doing the BE90 again and hoping for our second double clear at BE level. BE events. We're on really late today. I go dressage at... No, stop smelling the poo. I go dressage at 4:20, and then I'm not going cross country until until 6:50. On the third last in my section, I think. Second last, third last. So yeah, that's interesting. We've got a long day to prepare. It's like 11 o'clock now and I want to be leaving by 2. So I'm going to wash Casper, then ride Nutty, then plait Casper when he's hopefully all dry and do his finishing touches, and then get on and go, basically. I'm walking my cross country course in between dressage and show jumping because I've got just under 2 hours there, so plenty of time. And yeah, I might do a separate vlog about packing for eventing because we've got so much time, but I'm not sure. We shall see. Anyway, yeah, let's get a move on. Clean. He was shivering, so I put his thermi on. And Michael's cleaning my tack very nicely. Look at that shine. I'd highly recommend this, guys. It's really good stuff, and it's made with beeswax, so it supposedly waterproofs it. And that's the sort of shiny stuff, and then there's a cleaner there. Anyway, yeah, look, makes it look all pretty. Anyway, time to ride that one now. Hey, Nutty! Massage pad on. Time to plait that mane. Hey, Cas? Is that nice? Yeah, I just chalked his legs, so hopefully they're all nice and white, and his face a little bit too. Good boy. Ready? My first time using this black hoof paint, and I think it looks so smart. Hey? Only looks smart, it's just a bit wet there when he's had the massage pad on. But very smart. And this. Oh, Casp. I've been brushing his face and he doesn't like it. This is because he wears a fly veil. Hey? Well, I didn't end up doing the extra vlog for what I pack eventing, so I might just do a quick run through what we've got now, mainly so I know I've not forgotten anything. Casp, back up a little bit. Casper, back. Casper. No, you can't eat grass, but there is a hay net, so come on. Come on, lazy. There we go. No, you've gone the wrong side, you twit. Did you ever go that side? Reverse out a little bit, good boy. What did you do that for? Eh? Oh, that's it. Just do a massive poo as well. Thank you. Top box we have fly spray, mane and tail, small chalk, hoof moisturiser, muck off, plaited up, ice gel for later, more black paint, some flapping stuff, and there's some vet stuff underneath. And then in the box underneath we have all of his boots. And then I just have my normal grooming kit, water, 2 buckets with sponge and electrolytes, and then Casper's, it's not working, Casper's feed, which will be full of water. Yeah, I'll fill that up with water when we finish to get him to eat something sloppy, basically, instead of recovery mash, because I don't have any at the moment. So, there we go, and then he has a cool sheet and a hay net. Happy boy? I don't have a usable boot because of these two. But we have hat, that's not a hat, saddle with 2 girths, stud and dressage, 2 bridles in there, poly jumps number, dressage number, hat with gloves, spurs, 2 silks and watch, and then let me go around the other side. Boots, whip, air jacket, equilibrium massage pad, which Casper will have on whilst we do the studs, and then body protector, jacket, and then under this is my bag full of clothes. So yeah, and obviously some wellies and spare shoes, because why not? That is everything packed and ready to go. Hey, Cas? Bye. Oh, my trailer doors are really stiff. and I put this in upside down so I can't get it out. Anyway, this guy is in my section twice, which is going to be fun, but I do need 2 hands to get this. Yeah, and Casper, so I'm just going to get Casper out and clamp up his tail. Looking good, and then Michael will probably, or me, will put your studs in. You have knots your rug off, but that's fine, hey? Okay in your plats. Should we get you off? You can do some grass munching. Yeah? Good boy. Rock and roll. Casper looks super smart. Let's sort that out a second. Good boy. And yeah, super smart pony. Ready to go. This is the dressage test that I did at my last BE, and I got 40 point something, 40.3. So that's what we're working on to improve on today and not to forget it and go wrong. Anyway, let's get on and see how it goes. Once again, it is voiceover time, and I don't have my dressage sheet with me again this time, so if you could let me know in the comments whether you prefer just hearing my opinions or whether you want the dressage marks as well. But I was really pleased with that centre line. I think it was nice and straight. I have noticed that my hands are wiggling around the place a little bit, so I definitely need to keep them steadier. We go around the edge of the arena really nicely in a nice rhythm. He's working through from behind, which is lovely. Then we go into a 3-loop serpentine, and I was really pleased with his change of bends throughout this. He was fairly easy to ride around the corners, he looks in balance, and he looks pretty supple, apart from just there. But I was very pleased with that. And then here we go into canter, and it was a really nice transition. He's working through, you can see he's pushing off that back leg. His head is coming behind the vertical a bit, so he does need to stretch a little bit more with his head, but he's going round really nicely. There you go, he goes behind the vertical again. So that's something that I need to remember for the next one. I thought this transition was pretty good, all things considering, and he's improved so much. Here we come back to walk, and we go straight into a free walk. Now the one comment I do remember is just here we go across the diagonal, and the judge just says fell on shoulder on turn at E. And I can see that completely, but I'm not really sure how I can change that from happening. Maybe not turn until he's striding on the other leg. And there he wanted to go into canter because we've been doing a lot of walk to canter transitions, so I need to do a few more walk to trots. And we go back into another serpentine. He was slightly more resistant to change the bend on that direction, but he's still looking quite nice and smooth, and there's a good rhythm. And here we go back into canter again, and again it's quite a nice transition, quite smooth, and he's carrying himself much better on this rein. As I say that, he always goes behind the vertical. That's really typical of me, but I was very pleased with that. He does need a bit more impulsion with this, I think. It looks quite flat. But here I am trying to get him back to trot on the marker, and he just sort of falls back into trot a little bit early, but the judge didn't actually notice that, and I think we got a 7, which I was very surprised by. Then across this diagonal we got a 7.5 for, and I thought it was a really nice, he's pushing through from behind, and he just looks quite smart, not that you can see it from that angle. Then we go down the centre line. I think I had the comments saying I wasn't quite straight, or something like that. But I thought this was a really lovely halt, nice and square, and he came back to halt without much resistance, so I was really happy with that test. Very pleased with that. I think probably one of the nicest tests I've ever done, and he was a very good boy. He did come back to trot early in the second canter, because I was trying to compare him, and he just thought, trot, okay, kind of just fell into trot a bit. But apart from that, I think it was a really nice test. I had warmed him up for much longer than usual, and done lots of leg yielding and changing of the bend and stuff, and I think that really helped him. So very, very pleased with that, and hopefully the scores reflect it. But normally when you think you've done a good test, it's rubbish. So we'll see. But I'm very happy anyway, no matter what the score is. So we'll get now on to the cross country course. Can you guys let me know whether you like me filming the whole course, just the tricky combinations, or none of it at all? Yeah, so if you put in the comments below what you prefer, I will try and do that for you. Number 1, 2, quite nice. I think, was this number 3 at Morton Moral? When I said it was quite a nice gallopy fence. Quite nice, but quite big. Oh, he did this at Morton Moral the other week. He did have a quick look at it. I think the flowers. So we need to pay attention. He did these last week, but he did a double of these, which must have been this one and the meter one. Interesting. But yeah, he flew that. Related distance, or is it a related distance? Double. Straight this time, whereas last time it was wonky. It's quite nice having been able to jump all of the jumps. Yeah, nice 3 strides. Don't have to be too forward either. 7, Casper does tend to look at these ones whether they've got white on them, but it's still a nice fence. Steep bank round to this one. But again, we did this one on this sort of corner after a drop the other week, so hopefully should be fine. It's, large ridge and furrows coming into this one, so that's just something to think of, but the jump is actually fine. And A over this, which is quite a nice jump, but it does have a little bit of a slope on landing, and then a bit of a curving line over to the corner over there. Interesting. We need to make sure we're straight for this one because it's a nice jump, but it is skinny. Nice jump in. It's quite a big jump actually, with a drop on landing, or a slope on landing I suppose. Then in through the water, then the water's got like a humpy bit in it, and then again through the water, and carry on. Nice, just a bigger version of what we've already done before the corner I think. Have the ditch on its own, which I need to make Casper look at, but he's been good so far competing with ditches. Another combination which is on a bit of a curve, too skinny, but it's quite a nice curve I'd say. You can go sort of, I mean you could jump that one on the angle if you wanted to. And then there is the last. If you're going to put your pony back in the lorry, make sure you put the tail guard on, because Casper's rubbed it all out. Naughty pony. Oh well, at least it's done. Dressage. Alright. It doesn't look too bad from a distance, it's just not beautiful. Anyway, time to get boodlets and tack on and go show jumping. It was not the one he should have knocked. He had a nice stride to it. He literally just barely touched it with his back legs, which is just frustrating because there were others that he definitely should have knocked instead of that one, if that makes sense. So yeah, very annoying. We're going to have to do another BE to get that double clear. Hey Cass? But anyway, on to the fun bit of cross country now. Although it feels like it's going to be storming because it's getting very windy. You'll pick your feet up now, won't you? Look how happy you look. Silly pony. Yeah, it was probably an improvement on our other rounds. In terms of rhythm, it was kept quite nicely. We did have to come back to trot twice to change legs, But apart from that, I think we kept quite a nice rhythm, so that's why I'm just really annoyed that we had that one down, because yeah, he had a nice stride into it and he just left his back tootsies a little bit. And the other ones he was clearing by miles, so very frustrating. But oh well. And he had a 31.5 dressage, which would have put him quite high up the leaderboard. I can't remember, but when we got here, 31.5 was in the lead. But I think it was now 27 that was in the lead, but I think it would have been 4th. So, still pretty good. Hey, Casper? That's an improvement. I don't know if you just saw that boot flying past our face. Anyway, on to cross country.
And Harriet Middleton with Milroy Dunn gone into 2nd place as a refusal run out reported at the ditch at 14 for David Darby. David Darby just giving a bit of a scuttle to the French judges as he nearly wiped them out with that run out. Confidently through the combination of 15, goes through the belt of 3 towards the picnic table at 3. Here over Bill Rosen's brush elbow 8 for Sally Tribesman, and now of the saddle horse at 9.
Done. He went clear cross country, but was very, very spooky and really made me ride. So I'm quite annoyed at, considering we literally jumped pretty much all the same jumps in much more technical combinations 2 weeks ago, really. But oh well, we went clear instead this time. And yeah, we're just going to get dressage sheets. I think I've come 8th, which is pretty good. Annoyingly, would have been 4th, 3rd? No, would have been 3rd with alcohol. But oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, we're just going to go and get the dressage sheets, maybe look at the photos and then see if they're doing a prize giving or whether you just get a rosette. Just got back with our rosette. Hey Casper, no, 8th? Would have been 3rd and would have won £43. But there you go. Also want to look at the photos. And the most frustrating part of it is that his... Do you not like the rosette? Oh, sorry. Yeah, the most frustrating part was that he was clearing them all with his front legs by about 10 centimetres, if not more. But you just didn't pick your back feet up quick enough. What is wrong? Why are you snorting? Yeah, so a little bit frustrating because you can see he didn't even like get in deep or anything. He literally just didn't pick his back feet up properly. So a bit frustrating, but oh well. Move on. We'll just have to do another event now, and I don't know when we're gonna get out. Hey, Casper. But oh well. We finished the day on 35.5, which is still a pretty good score. Hey, Casper. Good enough to get 8th. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I hope you guys have enjoyed the vlog, and see you next time.